Hi friends, do you want a change? Yes? That sounds perfect. Now if I ask you, do you want to get change? Now what will be your answer? Confused? Okay, now just see, when I ask you, do you want a change? Without giving a second thought to my question, you instantly replied yes. And later on when I ask you, do you want to get change? You took some time. Why? See, because do you want a change and do you want to get change? These two are two different statements, two different thoughts of mine. See, let's understand this. See, to be very honest and very precise, every one of us want a change. Be it life, be it system, be it family, be it your personal grooming or enhancement, whatever. Every one of us want a change. Tell me a single person who doesn't want a change. Every one of us want a change. But very few of us want to get change. Isn't it surprising? Most of the time we blame the system regarding rules and regulations, law and order, policies, government, this, that, everything. We are not satisfied. Every time we have to complain that what if something fishy is going on. Sometimes we say that the system is corrupt, the system is not good. Most of the time we say that we are not getting good salaries and remuneration for whatever work we are doing. Sometimes we say that the work culture is not good. But that's why we want a change. But we hesitate in changing ourselves. You know why? Because maybe due to the reason that maybe we don't understand the precise and the correct meaning of change. What actually changes? We do not know. And secondly, the most important thing is, most of the time we consider change as a complex process. So let's understand what is the change. Basically, changing means changing the behavior. And what does the changing behavior means? Change in the behavior means changing in attitude, changing in your perceptions, changing in your ideologies or methodologies, whatever. But we hesitate in changing. Though we want a change, but we hesitate in changing ourselves. Right? So changing is basically not a complex process, it is a very simple process. Now we'll understand what actually changes. According to me, change is just a transformation. Transformation from good to better, better to best, or maybe from best to the most convenient and the most suitable. It is basically changing the specs and then viewing the world through a different angle. Okay, now I would like to draw your attention on one very important point which I consider as the biggest misconception in the change process. Now what is that? Now most of the people think that by changing they can change the situations. How can it be possible? Is it possible to change the situations? No, changing the situations is not in our hands. But yes, bringing about changes in our attitude and behavior may let us to be prepared for dealing in the most adverse and the most opposite situations. We can be prepared by changing our behavior, by bringing about those changes in our behavior and temperament. Now this is the magic of change. Now see, you will remain the same. Fine. Your task, everything will remain the same. But yes, your priorities will get shuffled down. And eventually, your practices will be somewhat different from those of earlier. And that too in a most convenient way. So change is all about pulling out bugs from one pocket and shifting the same into the other. Because at times you might be feeling very uncomfortable while pulling out bugs from the right pocket, since you are a lefty. So change is quite phenomenal, it's quite simple, it's not at all complex. Now the question here arises is, though every one of us want a change, but why we reluctant, why we hesitate in changing ourselves? So basically there are three reasons behind this. First is the self-centered approach. Self-centered approach means people used to say that I'm okay with what I have, and why I would be putting my efforts in when others are doing the same thing, in changing the things. So I will enjoy whatever and whenever the things will get changed, I'll enjoy later. Fine. Second is the conservative approach. Conservative approach means I'm happy, I'm satisfied with what I have as of now. I don't want changes. I don't want big changes in my life. I am satisfied with what I have. And the third most important thing is fear of getting out of comfort zone. People used to say that I'm happy. I'm happy with what I have as of now, and I won't be doing any more efforts in those stupid changes for which I have to sacrifice my comfort. I'm not ready to sacrifice my comfort. So these are the basic reasons for why we become reluctant and why we become hesitant in changing ourselves. So change for yourself, change for your own betterment.